I'm going to show you an absolute idiot-proof way to go full-time on the YouTube platform with zero exceptions. If you use exactly what I'm going to show you in this video, you are going to go full-time on YouTube. I 100% guarantee it. And also, you'll be able to accomplish basically anything that you want to accomplish in life with way less time than it would normally take average people to accomplish these things. So let's get straight into it. I was having a conversation with a friend, and we're going to go ahead and do the whiteboard thing again for this video. Hopefully you guys enjoy this. So I was having a conversation with a friend the other day, and we were talking about, I had this realization the other day that I'm using all this money that I'm making from YouTube, and I'm kind of spending it on stupid stuff. And a lot of the goals that I have are like to buy stupid stuff, I really want a BMW X6 comp. I really want a Porsche, GT3 RS. I want these things, and we're doing the buying the fast car stuff and having fun stuff. But I had the realization that I don't know how long this is going to last. I think that it's going to last for the next 10 years, but I don't know for a fact. Nobody can know that except for God, right? So we should probably be setting ourselves up for in case it doesn't last, okay? To make sure that we don't lose this wealth that we're generating. Like, we're literally living through a gold rush right now with the YouTube platform. Like, it's very easy to grow right now if you have the right information and the right people on your side, which I'm going to talk about here in 1 second. But it's like the gold rush right now, and I don't know how long it's going to last for. So I think we should be setting ourselves up to be massively successful outside of the YouTube platform with investments and things like that. And we're talking about what kind of investments do we want to make? Should it be real estate? Should it be some kind of brick and mortar business? And I really have the idea that I want to start investing in some touchless car washes. I think that's a really good business model. It's very automated. People just swipe their credit card or put coins into a machine and then they wash their car. It's very low maintenance and it's brick and mortar. It's always going to, people are always going to want to wash their cars. So that's what I want to do. And the very first thought that came to my head whenever I decided on that was I need to hire a mentor, because I have been through these different business models, different YouTube channels. I've been through this stuff over and over and over again to know exactly how these things go. Let's say the same. It's going to be the same way for me starting the touchless car wash business as it is for you getting into YouTube. I'm going to show you exactly how it's going to go. Okay, look at this graph here on the screen. This is what happens every single time you start something new, okay? You start off up here. It's like, oh man, this is such a great idea. Like, I'm so excited for this. I can't wait to get rich off this new business idea, this new YouTube channel idea that I have. And then you start actually doing the work. You get a few videos in. You start to realize what actually goes into it. You start to realize all the time it's going to take and all the time that you don't have, all the knowledge that you don't know, all the mistakes that you're making. And you enter what I call the pit of despair. Okay, this is the pit of despair, the pod down here. This is where everybody quits. This is where 99% of people quit. Now, if you can get past this point, you're going to be very successful. The only problem with this point and getting past this point is that it could last for literally years. And most people are not sticking around for 3 weeks, much less 3 years. Okay, because everybody's always super excited in the very beginning. There's a very scientific way to describe this. I don't remember the actual names for it, but there's this initial excitement when you have a great idea because you feel like you're making progress. You're tricking your brain into thinking that you're making progress by starting something new, by going into a new niche, whatever. And it probably is. The thing is, it will work if you get through the pit of despair. Most people, 99% of people, they're not getting through the pit of despair. They're not sticking around for something and seeing no actual progress and having faith for years. It's not going to happen. I did that. I did that for 6-7 years and saw no success on YouTube. And then eventually, the last 3 years have been really good for me. But for 6 or 7 years, I was in the pit of despair. And it's not going to last you that long because you have access to a lot more information than me. But if you're trying to do it alone, it could very well last you 1 to 3 years. And most people are going to quit. So what happens on the other end of the pit of despair, though, is some exponential growth, like insane growth, like absolutely nutty every single time. And you also have gone through so much trial and error. So whenever things start to go bad again, you're able to correct course very quickly instead of going all the way back down here. You're able to correct course very quickly because you've already made a lot of the mistakes. You've gone through a lot of the trial and error. You've gone through a lot of the hardships over this course of, let's say, 3 years. You've gone through a lot of that stuff, which is exactly what I went through for 6 or 7 years. So I always tell my clients this, like whenever they're having down periods in their YouTube channel or whatever, what I like to think of in these down periods, I don't like to think of them as down periods. I like to think of them as wind up periods, because if you know what you're doing and you keep the faith and you keep putting in the inputs that you're supposed to put in, that especially that have gotten you success in the past, you're going to come out on the other side and just see like a massive overcorrection in the other direction, a massive exponential growth in the other direction, right? But how do you, like, if you could avoid the pit of despair, you would want to avoid that at all costs, right? And there is actually a way to avoid the pit of despair. And that's exactly what I was saying earlier with the touchless car wash business. Every single place that I go into now, I am trying to avoid that pit at all costs, whether that's with boxing or fitness or starting a new business with the touchless car wash stuff. Whatever it is, I'm avoiding that pit of despair at all costs. The way that you do that is just like I said earlier. You hire someone who has already gone through that exact pit before to just teach you exactly how to not go into that pit. So that looks like, something like this, where you would just kind of bridge that gap over the pit, and you would just kind of walk along this little gap, and then you skip over that pit, and you just kind of ride this line right here until you hit the exponential growth from, having the person just tell you exactly how to skip over that pit. It's ultra valuable. It's literally the most valuable thing in life. Think about it like this. That pit of despair, let's say at a minimum, it takes you 3 years. Let's say that mentor that you hire in whatever bit, in this specific instance, we're talking about YouTube, and this isn't an ad for my coaching business. Go hire whatever coach that you want to hire. I don't care if it's me. Go hire somebody who you genuinely trust, that has shown you results over and over again, has client testimonials and all that stuff. Go hire somebody who's not me, that you trust a lot. I don't care. I'm just telling you the actual truth for how to be successful in life, and especially on the YouTube platform. So let's say at a minimum, it takes you 3 years to get through the pit. By hiring this coach and him getting you to that exact point, getting you to this inflection point here, in 3 months, you are time traveling 3 years. You are literally skipping over 3 years. Let's say for me, for an example, it took me 6 or 7 years to get through the pit. You are taking that 6 or 7 years of trial and error, trials and tribulations, going through the fire, and I'm giving it to you in a pill. And I'm saying, here, just skip over it. Just skip over all that stuff. Save yourself all the hardship. Save yourself all the wasted money. Save yourself all the most valuable resource that we have, which is time. You're able to skip all of that stuff. All of that bad stuff. Like, I'm telling you, this is the most valuable piece of advice that you'll ever have. I wish somebody would have told me this, and I wish college wasn't pushed on kids so much and they were taught to go do this. Go find people online who have done exactly what they want to do, but have gone through the pit of despair themselves. Don't hire somebody who hired a coach and that coach taught them how to do it because they haven't gone through the pit. Hire somebody who has gone through the pit, gone through the hardships themselves, so that you never have to go through that stuff, because it's a horrible place to be, and 99% of people will quit. 99%. Unless you're absolutely a psychopath like me, you're going to quit, okay? Be honest with yourself. And whatever venture you go into in life, especially with something like YouTube, just hire a mentor. Like I said, it doesn't have to be me. I don't care who you hire. I'm good. I'm good, okay? I make a lot of money from my YouTube channels and from the channels that I own, that I have equity in, whatever. I make enough from that. Okay, I don't need you to hire me. Just go find whoever you trust and hire that person. Whoever you think will get you the best results, go hire that person. I'm telling you, it's going to save you years and years, and you're going to get results extremely quickly if you know how to choose the right person. That's a huge part of it as well, is choosing the right person, because there are a lot of liars out there. I'll be honest with you. There's a lot of bullshitters out there. But if you're diligent enough, do your homework, you figure out who the right person is, this is the cheat code to life. This is literal time travel. There's like, because the thing is, you're not hiring somebody for information. That's a mistake that a lot of people make. They think, oh, I'm going to hire this person, or I'm going to buy this course to get this information to let's say, like, I'm going to hire somebody to tell me how they grow a YouTube channel, or how to grow a YouTube channel. That's not what you're hiring somebody for. You're hiring somebody to get their thoughts and to see their thought process for how they would grow your YouTube channel. You know what I'm saying? You're not hiring someone to say, how do you grow a YouTube channel? You're hiring somebody to say, how would you grow my YouTube channel in my specific situation? Hopefully that makes sense to you. Hopefully this entire thing makes sense to you. Avoid the pit of despair. Just go hire a coach in every aspect of life. And if you haven't solved the money problem to where you can just go hire a fitness coach and a golf coach and a gun, a marksman coach who can help you shoot guns more accurately, whatever, and skip over the pit that just ruins things for everybody. If you haven't solved that money problem, then go do that first. Go get, go take out a loan, go get a credit card, whatever you have to do, and go hire somebody who you trust to get you the results, to make you a ton of money, and then just go put in the work and you'll get there 100%. You're going to get there in a few months if you hire the right person. And then you can go out and just master everything else in a few years. You can master everything that you want to master in life, which used to take people 70 years to do. You can do that all of it in a few years if you just use this system that I'm talking about here. Hopefully this provided you some value. It's a little bit different from the normal tactical stuff that I do with the YouTube stuff, but it's just so necessary. Like I genuinely just want you guys to succeed. And this is the actual piece of advice that you need to succeed. I've avoided saying stuff like this because I do have my own coaching business. I do have my own agency. So it's like, oh, you're just trying to advertise your own stuff. But I don't care anymore. Like, you need to hear this regardless of what you think if I'm trying to do, my ulterior motives are. Like I said, I'm good. I'm good if you don't hire me. It's all good. I promise, no hard feelings. Just go do it. Just go hire somebody. Let me know in the comments what you thought of this video. Hopefully you found some value out of it, and I hope to see you guys on the next video.